My sister didn't want to marry the dying Alpha, so she forced me to marry in her place, but after I did, I took care of the Alpha so that he was healed, and when my sister saw how well I was doing, she ran to tear me down, saying that I had stolen her identity, and that she was the one who was supposed to be Luna, and I was locked up, and for the sake of the child in my womb, I escaped. 5 years later, not accepted by the other wolf pack locks, I had to come back with the triplets, but I didn't expect that on the first day back in the pack Aton would point to a man and ask, "Mommy, that man over there, is that our daddy?" Ethan is such a smart kid. The man standing there was indeed their father, Alpha William. "You'd better keep quiet, Ethan," I said coldly, quickly pulling his face away from Alpha William. "Let's go, move," I urged, speeding up and pulling them along. I just hoped he hadn't noticed us. I really didn't want to get into trouble right now. A few weeks later, I successfully returned to the pack, found a job, and got the kids enrolled in school. Owen's condition gradually improved after taking the medicine, and everything seemed to be going smoothly. The alarm on my wrist started ringing incessantly, reminding me it was almost time to pick the kids up from school. So, I closed up work and headed to their school. But on the way to pick them up, we ran into Alpha William, who was staring at us. I pretended I didn't see him and started walking in the opposite direction with the kids, but he blocked our path. "Didn't you see me?" he asked. "Sorry, you must have mistaken me for someone else," I replied. "Is that so?" he asked, his gaze sweeping over me as he took slow steps closer. Though I quickly stepped back, he kept advancing until we were almost face to face. "Are you still pretending you don't know me, Laura?" he asked, pinning me against the wall with his hands on either side of my head. "I don't care. We're divorced," I shouted, pulling away from his grip. He chuckled lightly, his eyes falling on my kids, who were also sneaking glances at him. "Are you our dad?" Noah asked, staring at William. "No, Mom already said he's not," Ethan replied. "Then why do we look like him?" Owen asked, eyeing him suspiciously. "He's not," I said firmly, pulling the kids away from William, and even he seemed unable to believe my words. "Then who is the father of the kids?" he asked, his voice tinged with disappointment. "I'm sorry, but that's none of your business," I answered, walking away with the kids. "Damn it," he cursed, stamping his foot on the ground. By the time I turned back, he had disappeared, and I breathed a sigh of relief. As if things couldn't get worse, when we got home, we found my sister, Gloria, waiting for us. "I told you she's not here, Gloria, you need to leave, I can't let you stay here." I heard Grandma urging her to leave. She was the only one in the family who supported me. "Grandma," the kids shouted as they ran over to hug her, messing up our plan. But it wasn't their fault, they were too innocent. Besides, I was bound to meet Gloria sooner or later. "Wow, it's true?" Gloria asked when she saw the triplets. "What's true?" I stepped forward and asked. "You came back to life?" "I thought you were dead," she scrutinized me and asked. I looked at her provocatively and asked, "You must be disappointed because your wish didn't come true, right?" "Oh my God, you've changed a lot," she exclaimed. "Dear sister, change is inevitable, but I wonder, are you still the same?" I asked in the same tone. "Can I ask why you chose to come back now, after hiding for so many years?" she asked. "Sorry, Gloria, but I don't